Hey guys, my name is Nyrin. If you're wondering what the Golden Charlatan is, where does it drop, and why it's so powerful and expensive every league over and over again, I will answer it. So if you're interested on this video, stay tuned, we dive right into. First of all, what is the Golden Charlatan and where does it drop? The Golden Charlatan is a unique sword, a unique lion sword that cannot drop from any monster in the raid class. But where does it drop? The Golden Charlatan does only drop from the Uber incarnation of Dread. So to spawn the Uber incarnation of Dread or to fight them, you don't need the Memory of Reverence, because that would be the normal incarnation of Dread. What do you need is 4 of the Reverent Fragments, which allows you to fight the Uber incarnation of Dread level 85. So where do you get these fragments from? These fragments does come from a Nightmare T17 map. So to collect all your fragments, you have to run over and over and over those nightmare maps or buy it from the currency exchange to actually get this Golden Charlatan sword, which has a 2% drop rate. So in total, you would take like 50 runs in average to drop the sword once. But why is the Golden Charlatan, in my opinion, such an OP item? So we check the lines one by one and we start right into. First of all, it has plus 200 intelligence requirement. This is a huge downside, but you can negotiate that. How I did it on my build is that I do have a unique cluster jewel, an elegant hubris from the 5 ways. You can buy it on your trade site. That allows me to ignore attribute requirements. So that's a huge upside because you can take any support gems, any body armors, anything else, just ignore any attributes. And yeah, that's, in my opinion, a huge upside. So the downside of the sword gets negotiated. Then it has increased physical damage dealt. So it's a unique weapon. You can't scale the damage quite a lot. So it is what it is. Yeah, it's not like high-end DPS sword, but it's kinda good. And increased attack speed. Yeah, it also has increased critical strike chance, what makes us come to the next and really important lines. So there we see critical strikes with this weapon do not deal extra damage. What we have to take attention on is the line with this weapon. So if we do use a spell like I do on my build, I use Blade Vortex, we do see the tags spell, AoE, duration, physical. So it's a spell. And because a spell does not attack with your weapon, you do cast a spell and it's not an attack, so it does not have an attack tag like Lightning Strike or anything else. You can deal critical strikes or extra damage with critical strikes with this weapon. And the next line, what's really unique on the Golden Charlatan is that you gain a random shrine buff for 30 seconds when you kill a rare or unique enemy. And that's really nice because you know all these buffs like a massive shrine, an acceleration shrine, a diamond shrine where you always crit or anything else. You will get these buffs on a really juiced endgame map, and it does scale really good with Headhunter. So this gives you shrine buffs on killing a rare enemy, and the Headhunter gives you the rare enemy modifiers. And both combined makes you to an unstoppable killing machine. And one thing to mention, if you want to push the Golden Charlatan even further, you can play an item like the Gull. The Gull gives us increased effect of shrine buffs on you, so we do get every shrine effect permanently in the map if we choose it enough. But with the Gull, we can increase the effect of shrine buffs on you. So you can increase it further, like with a volatile Val Orb, and get lucky and roll higher percentage. Or on some different race, you can get shrine buff effect on the blunderbore, on the body armor, for an example, or yeah, there are some view sources to get shrine buff effect, but this combines really well with the Golden Charlatan, and I just can recommend it. And one thing the Charlatan cannot do, or just really bad, is bossing or doing maps with less density. So the sword gives you a shrine buff on killing a rare or unique enemy. So if you're fighting the Uber incarnation of Dread, where the sword does drop, or like Maven, you won't get a lot of shrine buffs frequently and long enough to get high usage of the sword. So you need a map where you can rush through and get a lot of rare enemies to buff the Golden Charlatan, or more like to get enough shrine buffs for you. And last but not least, I will give you a showcase of how the sword works and what benefits you can get from the sword on the maps. So what map do we run? We do run Originator's Memories map that has some high effective affixes, like a really high crit multiplier and critical strike chance for enemies and anything else. So just take care that you take modifiers that your build can run, and yeah, avoid Zeus that your build cannot run. We did 3 Delirium Orbs for currency, did a Maven Chisel, rolled for currency, and use 2 Breach Scarabs of Instability for more unstable breaches, 1 Scarab of Bloodlines, which is quite expensive at the moment, 1 Breach Scarab of the Resonant Cascade, and 1 Scarab of the Wisp, so that we do get more quantity and rarity from the monsters. And how does the Atlas tree look like? The Atlas tree currently look like something like this. So a lot of map effects on here, also on here, and on here. And yeah, Beyond and Breach. So that's it actually. That's the map we do run right now. And I will give you a quick showcase of how the build works. What do you have take care on is that you are a ramping build. So you have to start slowly and escalate later in the map. So I start my Blade Vortex here, I pop my Flasks, and now I also have 2 Headhunter stacks. I click my Shrines from my Ascendancy. We do play Daughter of Ashabi at the moment, because on the Tota event. And you also see the buffs on the top. I do have a Resistance Shrine for like increased maximum resistances, a Diamond Shrine coming soon. We do have Soul Eater from the Headhunter already. Now the buff's getting filled on. You see my head, now we do have one. You see my Headhunter stacks, and now I can blast. So the Acceleration Shrine is a thing on my build that makes me really fast and really strong. I do lag a lot. I can't control my character actually well. And yeah, for the Mirage League, which hopefully getting core next league, we do take over the shrine buffs on the Mirage, but not the Headhunter buffs you have to take care on. So we can pop this map. You see the timer, we are 2 minutes into in a really late game high juice map. My build has a lot of explosions, so that's not a thing you can expect from the sword. But yeah, we take the loot, a lot of loot for us, and now we do search the Mirage. So here's a Mirage. We take additional modifiers for rare monsters, good with our Headhunter, and we keep blasting. We keep dropping. Somewhere do we think on an Enlighten support? Nice one. We do enter the Mirage. You see, we have all Shrine Buffs right now, but no Headhunter buffs, because they do get lost on changing the zones. Now we do click our Shrines again. We activate our breaches. Click the Shrine again. So that was the showcase. I hope you enjoyed and liked the video. So if you have any questions about the sword, my build, or anything else, like topic of for a new video or something else, just leave a comment below. I will answer on it, and I hope to see you in the next one. See ya. Bye bye.